Time now for my next guest. Now, she's been making us laugh ever since she drank lashings and lashings of ginger beer as the tomboy George in the comic strips Five Go Mad in Dorset. Now, since then, she's become the nation's sweetheart as the Vicar of Dibley, and worked quite a lot with somebody called... I think it's Jennifer. Yes, it is. Now, last year, she began her quest to discover the secret of comedy, probing the minds of female comedians, and this year, it's the turn of male comedians. She even probed me, so it's very gently. Will you please welcome the one and only Dame Dawn French. Thank you. Oh, hey, Donny.
Nice audience, good looking, I like that.
Oh. Look at you, me inverted nipples come out. Oh, yes. How are you, Flower?
I'm good, thank you, I'm really good.
What do you think of all this,
Yeah,
Dawn?
very Christmassy, I call it.
Yes?
Yeah, it looks like you've gone all Christmas.
Are you a fan of Christmas?
Yeah, oh yeah, love Christmas. I do, I absolutely love it, everything about it I love, except the actual day.
Yeah.
I'm known to take 4 baths on that day, because I go up to my bathroom so that I can get away from everyone. I just pretend I'm having a bath. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in the bath getting away from all my family, who I love dearly, obviously. But I just find it a bit stressful on the actual day.
Yeah. I just abuse everyone.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nothing new there, then?
No, I get up in the morning and I go, why don't you all go to hotels for Christmas coming down to me? I suppose you want your breakfast, do you? Well, make it yourself.
Nice. Scrooge.
Yeah, Scrooge. But, no, it's sort of cross between the Grinch and Scrooge.
Yeah,
I slither around moaning.
Do you do the cooking?
I do, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you, Sid?
Yes, always, yeah, love
Well,
it.
you obviously can cook.
I
can't.
That turkey's kicked in that arga.
Oh, you know, when Len's mum was alive, sadly, she died a few years back, but she and my mum used to argue about the turkey, and his mum's obviously Jamaican, and so she would shove a pineapple up his bum and lots of peppers and stuff. Then my mum would come down in the middle of the night, get that out, get that out, you know, put some a bit of sage and onion stuffing, and then his mum would come down, get that out, put the pineapple back in. It depends who got to it last, what it tasted like.
The poor turkey.
Yeah,
Imagine
I know.
fanning itself, really, ladies.
Might have enjoyed it, you never know.
Probably did.
Yeah,
probably
might
did.
have.
Now, Dawn, the show,
Yes.
the comics.
Yes.
How many comics did you actually speak to?
In the end, I think it was 34.
34.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Who was the
including
hard?
you. Oh, including that one there.
You're Leonard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I fancy him.
Did you do Lenny as well? Did Lenny come on the show?
I did, and I have to say, that was the most difficult interview
I was
of all
going to say,
of
how
them.
did you interview your husband?
Well, it was odd, but I felt like, to begin with, I thought, oh, no, I can't have him on. It looks like sort of nepotism or something. But then I thought, actually, if I wasn't married to him, I would ask for him to be on.
Yeah.
Because he makes me laugh, and because he has his place there, you know. So I thought I would interview him, and bless him, you know, he came on to do the interview. And then I thought, this is odd, I'm asking him questions where I know the answer. You know, it's like...
you don't.
So tell me about your childhood. Or shall I tell you? But yeah, he was the most difficult one to interview, but I loved interviewing you, actually.
Oh, don't.
Did you not enjoy it? It's hard, isn't it?
It is hard, you know, when you get asked... Because it's not... It was nothing personal, you know, there's no personal questions, but just banging on about yourself, you think, I can't remember half of it.
Yeah, but you see, my feeling about this is that, I interviewed only the boys that make me laugh, and that it was totally my choice. And there's loads more boys than there are girls, of course, so, you know, there's loads more to choose from. But I am interested in what it is that makes funny people funny and why they are. And there isn't a big theory, actually. I've worked that out. But I also thought, well, look, I can talk to people about this because I've been through this. I am this.
Yeah.
So we can talk together, you know. I'm just as sick in the head as you are. You know, and what is...
Yeah, but I've got certificates for it. A doctor. Not to go out in public for 3 years.
Well, it is a weird thing. I think people, you know, especially the boys, actually, more so than the girls, all sort of need a bit of approval.
Well, I did enjoy it, I'll be honest, because it was like talking to a therapist.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, Simon Pegg said that, funnily enough.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said that to me. And I didn't mind that, because that meant the questions were not the same questions you'd be asked by other people, hopefully.
Yeah. Are the American comics harder to unravel than the English ones?
No, they're quite open, actually, because for them it's a proper job. I think they get told about it in careers advice at school.
They do.
You know, whereas in this country, if you're a comic, it's almost by accident,
Yeah.
or, you know, you come to it through some strange means. But no, they were very good. In fact, Robin Williams was very good and very kind of open and actually quite serious, quite contemplative, because he can be a performer, obviously, and he can be one of those people that doesn't turn off. But he was very serious about it. I loved talking to Ken Dodd. You know, Jethro, who's one of my favourites, and not appreciated enough, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Cornish. You know, and Jimmy Carr and the Little Britain boys and Russell Brand and just loads of people. I absolutely loved it.
And Frank Carson, did you?
Frank Carson.
Did you do Frank Carson?
I did. I love Frank. Frank has made me laugh more than almost anybody else.
He's fab, isn't he?
I absolutely
He never
love
stops,
him.
though.
No, and he's got a language of his own. Have you ever heard him speak it?
No.
Gibro knick-knack.
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, you should ask him on here and ask him to do it, because he's got a whole language that he speaks that isn't English. But you sort of understand it, you know, he's very clever.
Frank's the type, if you were in intensive care full of tubes, he'd come and he'd go, ha, did you hear the one about that? And shake them and he'd go, yeah, thanks.
Yes, he would. He was very expansive.
So it's a mixture of old and new, then?
Yes, it is.
The
It's
old
just
brigade.
really, people like... Talking to Ken Dodd was such a treat for me, because I just thought, I'd love to meet you and I'd love to know who you are a little bit. And I think he did open the door a little bit to me, and I was delighted about that. John Cleese spoke to us, you know, it was just great. It was great.
Great job.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
It was a pleasant one to do. It was painless, because some, you know, you go and you think, oh, it's like the dentist.
Yeah.
Well, look, we've got a clip. You ready for
this?
this?
Have you?
There's a bit haven't been made banging on, or there'll be trouble. Let's see, please. Thank you.
Are we ready, Mr. Cheese? What kind of kid were you?
Shy. Typical only child of older parents.
Quiet. Only child.
I was quite violent.
Funny.
Greedy. Untroubled. Short. Became spotty. Stayed short.
I'm going to start that again. I wasn't violent at all. That is quite the opposite. I was meek. I used to like my own company.
Thank the Lord I wasn't in there. No, really.
You are in there.
Oh, don't.
You are in there, don't you worry. It moves very fast.
What did I say what I was like as a child?
Well, you talked a lot about all the animals that came home with your various uncles from... Weren't they in the Navy?
They were in the Navy.
And
it was before
somebody brought
quarantine.
home a bush baby, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And my Auntie Annie said, oh, isn't it good? It sleeps all day. And they put it in a little cupboard by the fireplace. Oh, isn't it lovely? And, of course, in the night, this thing, because the nocturnal woke up, trashed the house. I remember my Auntie Annie going down with all the rollers in and her glasses on. She was only little, and this thing landing on her head and ripping her glasses off and defecating down her back. And she was not amused. I can hear the screams now. Now, Hugh Dennis, he had animals. He had a cat.
He did, yeah. Oh, he told a hilarious story about a cat that his parents had. I think they wanted a dog, but they couldn't because they were moving around a lot. So they treated the cat like a dog, and it was on a lead a lot. And his dad was a bishop. And, oh, well, anyway, the cat was sitting next to his dad. They built a shelf for it in the front of the car, in the passenger seat. And the cat used to sit there with his mum in the back.
So the cat took preference.
So if you saw his family's car coming down the road, you'd see a bishop and a cat, you know, in the front seat. He was just
That's Alice in Wonderland, that type of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think comedy's formed in your childhood? Do you think that's where it is?
I think you get permission to be funny inside your family or not.
Yeah.
You know, and I know inside my family it was definitely... my dad told us off using comedy. He never actually physically walloped us at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. I got one once. Yeah, I got one. Really bad spank once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I pushed and pushed. And he had warned that I would get my pants pulled down. He did pull my pants down and actually spanked my bum in the middle of the street. But I did deserve it. I did deserve it.
She was 29 when this happened.
But the rest of the time, it was all a little bit of teasing, a little bit of sarcasm, you know, that kind of... And we were free in my house to be funny. You know, my brother's the funniest person I know.
Yeah.
You know, but he's just chosen not to make a career out of it, so, you know...
It's not my aunties. They should have gone on the stage, because I don't know what stage. It'd have to be at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But they were well leery, you know, and could spin a good line.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll watch this then. I'll get over my fear and I'll...
Yeah, do it. Yeah. No, and everybody, it moves very, very fast.
Yeah.
In it. It's late at night on Sunday because it's got a little bit of saucy language in it.
Oh, lovely.
Because you cannot control boys and their language.
Were they all cracking gags all the time?
No, some tried to, and I just tried... I mean, obviously, you know, some people are just naturally funny and that's that. I remember Jimmy Carr was saying to me, I don't know how to do this interview. I'm so geared up to being funny for everything I have to say that he found it difficult not to be. But then when he relaxed into it, it was a really good interview. I enjoyed it.
Now, what's it called?